I'm Leanne and welcome to my kitchen, and we are on week 3 of our Dessert for 2 series leading up to Valentine's Day. Now, we've been taking a little international road trip here. We visited Italy with that panna cotta in week 1. Then in week 2, we went over to England for some lemon posset. And today we are going to France for a pot de creme, which is a delicious, yummy chocolate dessert. It is richer than pudding, it's softer than cheesecake, and it's meant to be enjoyed with a spoon. It tastes so elegant, yet it is so simple, and it's perfect for a make-ahead dessert. And it's the perfect thing for your chocolate lovers. So let's get started, because I've got some great tips and tricks for making this easy, delicious dessert. Now, this dessert does require a little bit of baking, so go ahead and preheat your oven to 300 degrees. There's just a handful of ingredients in this recipe, but the most important ingredient is your chocolate. It is kind of the star of the show as far as this dessert's concerned, so make sure that you're using a good, high-quality chocolate. I find that a nice, good, maybe Lindt chocolate bar, something like that works well. I like to use semi-sweet chocolate, but you could use a dark chocolate too. Today I'm actually using, they're these yummy, I can't remember the brand name, but chocolate pieces that I have had in my pantry forever that are, I'm using a combination. I had semi-sweet and milk chocolate, so we'll see how that works. So the first step then is to just chop your chocolate up a bit, especially if you're using a bar chocolate. It doesn't have to be in tiny little pieces because we're gonna melt it in some hot milk, but just smaller pieces so that it melts quicker. I used 2 ounces of chocolate, which once it's chopped up, that is about a half of a cup. Maybe just slightly less than a half of a cup. Our first step is we're going to heat up our milk. And in here I have a half of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And I'm also going to pour into there a half of a cup of, I'm using whole milk. You could also use half and half, whatever you happen to have on hand. And we're going to pour that into a small saucepan. And then we are going to heat this milk up. Now we want to get it hot, but not boiling. Okay, it's important not to let it boil, because when you boil it, it can then affect the texture of your pot de creme and make it a little grainy. So we're gonna take it over the stove, heat it through, and we'll come back and add our chocolate. All right, we've got our hot milk. Now my test for making sure it's hot is I take a clean finger, stick it in there, and it should be fairly hot because we want it to be able to melt our chocolate. So we're gonna add in the chocolate. And we'll just stir that until our chocolate is melted. Chocolate's melted, and now what we're gonna do is I have in this bowl 2 egg yolks and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar mixed together, all right? So that's all nicely combined. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to do what's called tempering. We're gonna temper our eggs a little bit because we wanna make sure when we add our eggs into this hot, warm mixture that it doesn't cook the egg and we don't end up with pieces of cooked egg in our pot de creme. So just pour a little bit of our hot mixture in and stir that in, and that is gonna warm up those eggs for us so that they don't cook. And then we'll just go ahead and pour all of this into our chocolate mixture. All right, and then go ahead and just whisk that in. Then we're gonna add in just a pinch of salt and a half of a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which, you know me, I just measure with my heart. All right. And mix that up. All right, then just to make sure we didn't get any little pieces of egg into our pot de creme, we're just gonna take our fine mesh sieve and put it over a bowl and just pour our mixture through that. That will just catch anything that maybe shouldn't be in there. We want a nice, smooth, luxurious texture to this pot de creme. Now we're gonna use ramekins for our pot de creme, and I believe these are about 6-ounce ramekins. So any container that's about the same size that is oven safe will work. And then just go ahead and pour your mixture evenly into the 2. And it's gonna get it right up to the top, which is okay. All right, there we go. Now, here's the trick. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some foil and just cover over the top of each of your dishes with some foil. And then we're gonna put them in a water bath. I'm just using an 8x8 pan that's filled with some water. You just need some kind of pan that is oven safe, that both of the ramekins will fit in. We want to set these into the water, and the goal is to have the water come up halfway up on the little ramekins, okay? We don't want it to come all the way up, just about halfway up. Then these are ready to put into our 300-degree Fahrenheit oven, and we're gonna bake them anywhere probably between 35, 45, maybe even up to 50 minutes, depending on the size of your container. And the way you can tell when they're done is you're gonna lift up the foil and you'll see that they are set around the edge and just slightly jiggly in the middle. They will firm up more because then we're gonna put them in the refrigerator and they'll really firm up and thicken more in the refrigerator. All right, here we go. Now, I may have told you wrong. I can't remember, did I say 300-degree oven or 325? It should be 325. I accidentally had mine at 300 for half the baking time, so mine baked a little bit slower. But these took about 45, almost 50 minutes. So, because of that. So I'm gonna take off the foil, and let me show you up close. You're gonna be able to see that it is set around the edges and slightly jiggly in the middle. All right, so now I'm just gonna take them out of the water bath carefully because they're hot. And I'm just putting them on a cookie sheet, and then I'm gonna pop these in my refrigerator and let them chill. They need to chill for at least 2 to 4 hours, but can chill overnight, so you can make it ahead. After it has chilled I like to chill it for at least 4 hours. I think that helps to deepen the chocolate flavor and make it a little smoother. You're gonna see that it's really nice and set up, okay? It's not coming out of there. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm feeling a little fancy today, I'm gonna decorate it with some whipped cream. Now you could eat it just like it is. Just grab a spoon. Maybe add some fresh berries to it, maybe not. But I had some whipped cream left over, so I whipped it up, sweetened it with a little vanilla, a little powdered sugar, put it in my little disposable decorating bag, and we're just gonna add some whipped cream to the top of these. All right, then you could also even just use the whipped cream out of a can if you've got that. If you've got Cool Whip, add a dab of ice cream if you want to. But then I'm gonna take, this is gonna show you, this is the kind of chocolate I actually use. I use the 70% and half 70%, half 40%. And I'm just gonna take an extra one of the little discs and I'm just gonna grate a little bit of chocolate over the top. Just make it, again, a little fancy. And then let's go grab a spoon. So this pot de creme, which means pot of cream in French, is smooth, just like cream. It is delicious. It's just a little bit decadent, and the magic is definitely in the chocolate in this one. So when you're looking for something just a little bit special, easy to make, and that you can make ahead, this French pot de creme is the answer. So thanks for joining me in the kitchen today, and I'll see you in the next video.